Hello, everybody. Welcome back for some more Sly 2, Band of Thieves. Something I forgot to talk about last time is Sly 2 is now coming to PlayStation like 4 and 5, like basically PS Plus. But I think it's the one where you can actually buy it. Like with Ape Escape 1 and 2, you can buy for like $10. And they're bringing the PS2 version over, so it's not the streamed one. They already have the Sly collection on the PS3 streaming part of PS Plus, which I fucking despise. By the way, I don't care for the whole having to stream the PS3 games. That fucking blows. I hate it. But yeah, it's there if you want to play the Sly collection right now. If you're ever looking into getting the Sly collection, if you really like the PS3 version, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember it being not super expensive online. Like, you know, Amazon and eBay and shit, all those. And I'd just recommend getting the PS2 ones, because if you got a working PS2, absolutely these games are definitely worth it, no doubt about it. I like Sly games. They're quite fun. They're like a fun every once in a while thing, and I say that because what's funny about me saying that is before I did this Let's Play, I actually ended up playing through all the PS2 trilogy of Jack, Sly, and Ratchet. I didn't include like Jack X, you know, or Deadlocked for Ratchet. I just played, you know, 1, 2, 3 for each game, and then here I am just playing Sly 2, basically somewhat back to back, like right after Sly 3 playthrough, which is kind of funny. But it's gonna be a while before I probably do a Let's Play of Sly 3 itself either. Well, it might be. I say that. There's always a chance that, you know, I end up doing Sly 3 like near future. I don't know, you know, it could happen. Not gonna say that it can't. The likelihood of it happening that fast is pretty small. I have a lot of other things I kind of want to do, and I also just recently, I mean, I used to like. My parents have the game, but SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, I actually found a pretty cheap copy of it, and it's like PS2, and I was like, ooh. I'll take that and play that game again and beat it. And then I did. I didn't 100% it this time, but I just, you know, went through and beat it. 75 spatulas, that kind of thing. And that's a considered potential future Let's Play as well as maybe Battle for Bikini Bottom, but who knows? We'll see. Because doing Let's Plays is not really a bad thing. You know, I mentioned that in the last episode. Talking about how, like, I've kind of gotten slightly burnt out on YouTube again. It's mainly because, like, when I take a break from YouTube for too long, I start to kind of think of YouTube as, like, not a thing I really want to do, you know? Not even just streaming, but just Let's Plays and all that stuff in general. I just I don't really feel it as much anymore. It's just kind of like I come on here and I'll talk about something that I'm wanting to talk about, and that's pretty much the end of that, I guess. Which isn't really inherently a bad thing. Some people might consider it to be bad, but I don't really mind it as much. As long as I'm enjoying myself, that's like the important part in all technicality, because realistically the person making the videos is me, so I have to at least enjoy what I'm doing, right? For it to, well, be good and work out, I guess, in that sense. Do I have Knockout? Yes, I do. I forgot I had it for this playthrough. I didn't do it on the PS2 one. But anyway, so yeah, I recently just beat Battle for Bikini Bottom again. I honestly don't like the remastered one. I think it's worse. Just in a lot of ways. It's slower. It looks uglier. There's too much graphic crap going on. It's not my cup of tea. But the original game is still pretty good and holds up pretty well. Nostalgia aside, you know, I still genuinely like playing that game. I mean, same thing with Mario 64. Although I will say that my Mario 64 nostalgia has pretty much just worn off. Like, practically completely at this point. But I still hold it as, like, a pretty decent platformer, and it's definitely a revolutionary game. Especially for its time. But, yeah, so back to the PlayStation Plus thing, I guess. But, yeah, Sly is coming on to PS Plus if you have it. It fucking sucks that PS Plus is so damn expensive. Like, it's getting more expensive, like, by the day. I think it's like $160 for premium, which is like the main thing. I forget what extra gives you. I don't remember off the top of my head, but premium at least gives you access to like PS3 games and pretty much everything under the sun when it comes to PS Plus shit. Which honestly, like the free monthly games, you know, it's good. I like that concept. I also like having just free like PSP, you know, free whatever PS4 games to play, I guess too. Although in all technicality, it's not really free when it's $160 a year. But I mean, if you can afford it, yeah. Honestly, I forgot to turn off auto renewal though, because I don't even know if I really want to have PS Plus much anymore. To be fair, I have it around just to kind of have it for like whatever potential, like again PS2, PSP games that kind of come around. But if you could just outright buy them, then I'll just do that instead. It's also like a decent way for me to. I mean, I don't really need premium. I can always just get like extra or even just like a smaller version of it, because I don't really technically need the PS3 games. I don't even play them. They're fucking dog shit. Not because they're PS3 games, but because you're streaming them, and like the whole streaming concept is fucking stupid to me. Because yes, you can plug in an Ethernet cable and have like a decent connection and play it that way. Sure, fine, whatever. But I don't want that extra little thing to have to be there, you know, all the time for me to enjoy a PS3 game. And even then, still, like, there's still that slight chance that your game, you know, might not work because your internet all of a sudden decided to die. And now you're shit out of luck because you're playing online. And that's not cool. I don't think I will ever truly enjoy that. The streaming concept for gaming. The thing is, what's funny is whenever I think about shit that I just do not like for gaming, I always think about this one person who just, for some dumbass reason, narcissism, I don't know, it could be a number of things, just a fucking prick, always having to fight me on just every topic. Like, well, it didn't happen all the time, but it was just enough to where it's like, you think of that one person saying it, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't actually say it, but you think that they would say something like that because they've done shit in the past that, you know, kind of correlates with it. So I guess, I don't want to give like an example, but just because I don't want to give like a real life example. I'm just saying in general, you know, when you, I guess a non-real life example would be something like, oh, you know, fuck the Google Stadia because it's games you don't own and you have to stream said games and your internet will go out and you're fucked. And then this person in question will say something along the lines that's fucking stupid and say something like, yeah, well, that may be, but, you know, it's a cool fucking concept because it's Google, you know, or some. That's a really poor example of it, but oh, there's all the fucking bottles. Basically, it's just if I say I like something or something looks like shit, it will always revert back to, yeah, but the graphics are good, you know, or something just stupid and slimy like that, and it's fucking annoying. I don't want combat, though. I don't really need it. Sure, why not? Yeah, that's a good one to have. Alright, Murray's got a mission. So let's go do Murray's mission, I guess. Sly's got one too, but meh. Also, look at that! The bridge is down! Now we can finally cross. I forget exactly why it's down, but I'll take it. Yeah, I know, he sees me, I know. That's okay, I got my own escape route. And the safe, I think, is in the main building there. But we're gonna go do some Murray shit. Wow, just like a Digimon. Okay, that was bad. Whatever. Oh yeah, we gotta turret them down, don't we? Oh boy. Oh, that's right. It's the mash button ones, isn't it? Yeah. Basically, just mash whatever button. Like, any of the face buttons work, apparently, so... You know, there's that. Completely off topic, but I guess back on topic in consideration of an earlier topic before about Let's Plays and doing them. I have thought about doing something called, like, casual play, where instead of, like, just watching cutscenes, or even just doing a stream, I would just play a game, record it, and just play it maybe either to completion or until I get tired of it or bored of it or whatever. And that would just be the series. Maybe it'd just be like a whole long play of me just commentating, like a whole edited together, like couple days worth of just me playing the game and just talking while I'm playing the game. But see, like that works somewhat, but that also doesn't work either because I kind of like to watch stuff when I play games too, you know? And obviously I can't really watch stuff while I'm commentating or potentially even doing a live stream. Like, yes, you can. I mean, obviously you can watch videos like in the background. Like, you can put on somebody's video or something, you know, if you give them credit and all that. Like, yeah, you can do that, but I don't know, man, you know. It's just an idea. I mean, granted, what I'm basically saying at this point is pretty much just do a casual stream of a game. Like, you don't have to full-on play something, you know. You can just casually play for the hell of it. You don't have to finish it or nothing. You just do that. Also, there's some spice in that vase. It's going to be a big thing in this game is spice. Still wish we had subtitles we can put on so we can see all that shit, but just go play Slide 2. Don't watch my Let's Play if you want to know what's going on in the story. This is just me playing Slide 2. This is like my closest thing to a casual Let's Play thing that I'm doing anyway. But again, yeah, the concept is pretty much just kind of like a live stream, just without the focus of an audience being there live for it. Which, don't get me wrong, like I don't mind doing live streaming here and there, but I always get like super anxious and super nervous when people show up, especially new people, because I'm afraid they're just gonna start, you know, shitting on me for like literally everything. It's an unfortunate part of my person, I guess, is I'm always worried that everything I do is wrong, you know, all the time. Just all the time. Like, even right now, like, even just doing a Let's Play and just casually talking, I just get that feeling like someone's gonna comment, you know, something like, you fucking suck, you fucking blow, you know, you're a fucking chode. Or just whatever, you know. And it scares me for some odd reason. It shouldn't, I know it shouldn't, but it does.
Constable Mila, you look lovely this evening.
I'm sorry. Do I know you?
I used to chase after you back in Paris.
Paris? Sly Cooper? You aren't by any chance here to turn yourself in? Old Ironsides would fall out of her dress.
As good as that sounds, how about a dance first?
Enchanté.
I always forget that she's
Try to memorize.
part of the cop thing here. Anyway, so this rhythm game basically works where you have to memorize what the button press is. I know for the first game, the rhythm, the beat is off. But I don't think it's off in this version of Slide 2. I don't know. Also, this shit goes on for way too goddamn long. Like, stupidly long. Like, come on, man. I don't want to do all this. But it's an easy mission. We might as well finish it, I guess.
Are you using me to get at old Irons?
Wait, this game has subtitles. What the fuck am I talking about? This game has subtitles.
Not at all.
God, I'm dumb. Yeah, I was kind of done with the topic of the casual thing. I guess... Well, it's funny, I say I'm done, but here I am like, oh, I want to say one more thing. Just treat it like, you know, like those co-op things, basically, you know. That's pretty much what they'd be like, just we're playing for funsies. And that's what YouTube should be about. Pro tip for anybody that wants to be a YouTuber. And you're going to hear this everywhere. Everyone's going to tell you the same damn thing. They're not going to tell you anything different. And it's usually because YouTube kind of comes down to luck. You know, I can't determine, you know, that I'm going to get views the next day. Right? I can't determine that. I can't tell you that I'm going to get like 20 views on this fucking thing. On this video itself. It could. It very well could, but I can't determine that. And my best advice is the same advice that everyone gives, which realistically is like the best advice because it's impossible to give advice for something like YouTube because it's so fucking random. And that's, of course, just do what you want. If you want another piece of advice, you could always stream a game that is semi-popular. Like, you could do Apex and probably get some views that way. Especially if you hang on to a game that is
I tried to make him look good.
new
Please,
and
Nova. His
that will
scars
eventually probably, you know, die out and become niche. And you can build an audience off that, I guess.
Miss Fox, Carmelita Fox. And I accept.
I'm trying to think here. Yeah, just, you know, stream stuff that you want to get good at or you want to have fun with, and do like fun little event things with it too. You know, like, oh, getting masters or whatever. Just try some of that shit. I don't know. Usually nowadays, that's probably the best way to, like, if you're wanting to gain an audience, I guess that's probably the best way to do it. But for me, really, like, I just want to do what I want to do and enjoy it that way. And if people come along and they enjoy watching me play a game, that's mission success to me. You know, in all fairness. Nothing wrong with that. But the other piece of advice is just more like a general advice thing of like, yeah, you know, stream, and then when you stream, play a game that's, you don't have to go for like the most popular thing. Just go for something that's at least popular enough, if not maybe even like a niche thing to kind of like get into. Partly why like speedrunning becomes, I feel like speedrunners are kind of a bit more niche in a lot of that regard, but like they get viewers, you know, a lot of the time because you're doing something interesting and kind of a little somewhat out of the norm, I guess. Norm in comparison of like other people doing like Apex or whatever. But don't heed my advice fully either, because like I don't really do a lot of the things I'm talking about, to be fair. I'm just kind of saying things that I'm aware of. And like I probably could get like a battle bit community thing going where I could just get into battle bit like hardcore, you know, and then just maybe build an audience from that. But then again, you got to remember, if you're building an audience from that specific game and you were to stop wanting to play that game, that audience might disappear with it, because they're there for that game and you. And 9 times out of 10, you know, they'll probably end up just fucking off when you fuck off from that game, and you know, you'll get like a decent crowd that'll stick around for like other stuff. Of course, you know, that will happen. But a lot of the time, like, people just want to see you make the content you make. Like, you're there with that content already. They might as well just keep watching that same content. I guess a good example, which I like using examples of everything, would be... Can we only just shoot? Yeah, we can only... Yeah, drop. That's right. Alright, so this mission's pretty fun. It's basically just chase around the Jeep and just blow him up with the X. We'll use simple flips as an example. So, like, he's got a lot of... Well, he streams, obviously. But a lot of the content that I watch from him myself is mostly, like, his VODs, right? Like, I watch, like, his edited content of him playing, like, a game he just recently streamed, doing, like, ROM hacks and stuff. And it's like, that's kind of what I like him for. If all of a sudden one day he just stops doing that and starts posting him, like, you know, goatsy, spread asshole, you know, on YouTube and just, you know, joking, it's like... And just watching him, you know, push out his rosebud. Like, that's neat and all, but that's not what I'm here for, right? You know, like, I kind of want to see the original content. I want to see Simple Flips not, you know, pushing out of prolapse or whatever, right? I want to see I want to see the ROM hacks, man. And that's what I'm getting at. Like, that's... Yeah. But then again, like, there's also the other thing, too, where there's variety people, quote-unquote, which variety is a really hard thing to kind of get down because, at least in my case, I don't really give a shit if I'm getting views. It's more so, like, I'm here to have fun. I don't really care that much. Don't get me wrong, like, I get excited when I get views, right? Like, you know, I get excited when people click on my content and watch and even commentate, of course. But, you know, that's not like the main thing I'm doing it for. I'm just having, you know, I'm doing it because I want to. You know, it makes me feel good. You know, it gives me that dopamine. It makes me feel like I'm making progress or I'm completing something, you know, which is something I like to do sometimes. But, I don't know. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to get my train of thought back here. Fuck off, you asswipes. Give me your money, though. It's crazy. I'm getting, like... I already have, like, 2,000 cash. I'm doing pretty good on money, though. Not gonna lie. But, yeah, when it comes to variety stuff, you gotta be very careful with that, because if you're not yourself into the concept of variety streaming or even variety content, you're not gonna really get it either, you know. It's something that you have to effectively really want to do. You can't just be like, I'm going to be a variety content creator and then just, you know, get upset that I'm not making views on this game or I'm not making views on this game. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, if you're going to be a variety person, the focus should be on you, not the games you're playing. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, the games you're playing are gonna obviously get people interested in your stuff, right? What's the mission again? I forgot. Oh, yeah, we gotta go do the elephants. Yeah. All I'm saying is, what the... Hold on. Break elephants out of pen, yeah. That's right. We're gonna go inside. Yeah, just keep in mind that when it comes down to it, your personality should, in theory, be the thing that people are coming back to watch. If you're a variety person. If you're not a variety person, if you're like, oh, I'm just an Apex person, I'm just a TF2 person, you should at least stick within that niche for a good while. And then, you know, branching out's not bad either. I know I mentioned it earlier, like, if you were to jump from being Apex to, like, you know, Spread Eagle on the internet or whatever, like, that's a huge turn. Of course, that's an exaggerated turn, no doubt, but, like, you kind of have to pull a Germa, basically, is what I'm trying to get at with that. You got to build your audience, and then after that, you know, kind of, like, trickle into, like, different things. Well, actually, I think for him, he kind of just jumped straight into different stuff. So he might not be a good example of that, but I don't know. Germa's built different anyway. To be fair, again, you know, take it from me that I don't 100% know what I'm talking about, of course, because, you know, I'm not the smartest YouTuber, right? You know, I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm not gonna know everything. Obviously, I'm just spouting out things that I see and that I notice, and I feel like it's what's going on, which, you know, could also just not even be the case at all. Remotely. I could be 100% wrong. So, it can happen. I just do what I do. And I like to give advice and I like to help people. You know, it's just a thing that I don't know why I do it, but I do it. I like helping people out. It makes me feel good, you know, makes them feel good because they're like, wow, you know, I need your help with whatever, and you came to the rescue, or whatever. I don't know. I sound like a fucking narcissist again. I always do. It's just my normal... It's just my norm at this point. I forgot we need 6 of these fucking things. There's only 2 elephants, which is good. I thought there was like 3 or 4. And for a bit there, I thought we had to capture like only just 1 per gym. a 1 gem per elephant or something, but no, that's not the case. You gotta get at least 3 of them, because, well, that's how many are on there. Obviously! Hup. And of course, you gotta watch out for that trunk swing, because that will knock your ass straight off. And even if I do happen to jump off at the right time, I still end up getting poked. Speaking of just content stuff, I don't know when my next co-op content thing is going to be, to be fair. Because when I came back from my vacation thing, I just wanted to obviously not do anything. When I came back, I just kind of wanted to hang out and chill for a bit, you know, just get my bearings back, I guess. But, you know, there's also, like, my brother not really being available as much, which sucks. And that happens, you know, that's not his fault. And I don't really care in that sense of, like, I care that he's not available. It's more so, like, I don't mind that he's not available, because, like, it also gives me time to kind of do things as well. And then, of course, you know, you have my friend. You know, we do things with either my brother and my friend, or I do, you know, I do content with my brother and me, just us two, or even my other brother, who doesn't really show up very much anymore, but that's mainly because I don't know if he really can. He's got a family thing going on, so I don't know if he's really available as much, to be fair. I don't want to bother him about that. But, oh, shit, okay. Sorry, he just got... It's funny, he just got home, he told me about... We're talking about Ukulele getting a remastered earlier. And then, yeah, I asked why, and he said, you know, apparently they're making a lot of changes to it, so it might actually be good. And Ukulele was fine, but I definitely like the sequel better. I absolutely like the sequel a lot better. Anyway, so yeah, like, back to the co-op content thing. Like, there's also my friend who might be available tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not going to say that... Oh, shit, I fucked up. That was a waste of time. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. It all really depends. It's been a while since we've done... like a week or two, I guess. I don't know. But we'll see. So just kind of letting you guys know that, you know, are curious or into my co-op content, like where that's all kind of at the moment. It's just all over the place, but that's just how it's going to be. It's just gonna, yeah. Not much I can really do about that. I don't have full control, and I don't really need to. I mean, when the content gets made, you know, I kind of want it to be done and uploaded, of course, you know, but it doesn't have to be made right now either. That's the difference. That's the difference. Especially for co-op stuff. Like, we don't really need to do it right now. But when we do it, you know, I would like for it to at least be up. I don't know if I'm going to do Ratchet after this. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm right here on my PS3. It's already plugged in already. I could always just do it tomorrow, you know, but if I was to do co-op content, which I usually do on Fridays, if not Saturdays. It depends on, like, when everybody's available and what have yous. Oh, a wise guy, huh? Oh, let me at him. Let me at him. Tried doing a really shitty curly impression there. That didn't work out. I'm kind of tired, if you haven't noticed, as well. And I also want to do other things. I have a visual novel I've been reading through, and I'm just now getting into, like, the second episode of it. Which, the first episode was, like, 8 hours, and now the second one's about, well, potentially going to be about that long as well. Apparently every episode, quote-unquote, chapter, I guess you could say, is about 8-ish hours in length. That's just VNs for you. They usually can be pretty long. I still have yet to finish Tsukihime, though. I got to, I think, started up the seal route and didn't get back to it. The music's great, though. Music's great in Oh, that's right. Fuck. I love how they have that though.
This is it.
Oh, found it. Okay, cool. You don't actually have to read the code. There is a code there. You don't have to read it, but it's always typically like right in that spot. There you go. This game's still pretty good though. I really honestly genuinely like the Sly Cooper games. I think they're quite fun. Although, yes, I have not yet beaten 4 yet, and every time I start 4, and just like the same thing happened now, I have yet to finish it. Also, while we're here, which is a good idea, why you should probably get the, this is why you should get the code bottles, you know, in the beginning of these areas. So, when you come into like a room like this, you remember like, oh, it's here. I mean, granted, you could always remember that it's there, but this is me we're talking about. I'm not going to remember that shit. Alright, Dazed and Confused. I don't know what this one's called. Insanity Strike. Oh, that's right. I think this one makes them attack people, dude. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
Thanks for breaking us in, pal.
One thing that does kind of suck, though, is like my brother, that the one that you guys see on the co-op content, like normally, he's played all the Jack games. Well, of course, except for like the PSP ones. But he's played, you know, all 4 of the main Jack games, right? And he likes them. And then you have my friend who's played not every Ratchet game. Well, I haven't played every Ratchet because I haven't played the mobile game. I haven't played any of the mobile games, but not counting mobile games because I don't really count them anyway. He has not exactly played every Ratchet and Clank game yet, but he is a, you know, decently big Ratchet fan, much like me. But out of all 3 of us, I like Jack, and I like Ratchet a lot. I have all the main Ratchets at the very least, and I've played all of them, and I like quite a bit of them. But I'm also, like, the only person that genuinely likes Sly Cooper. Like, when we were kids, we had a friend that was, like, the neighborhood kid friend that had Sly 2, and then we played it that way. And at the time, I remember thinking, like, okay, this is kind of weird. I don't, like, care much for this game that much. I forgot to defend Bentley. Oops. This is also a really, really long segment, too. Like, stupidly long. I thought the dancing thing was too long, but it turns out it really wasn't. I think that I might have getting confused with like maybe Sly 3 or something. But no, this one genuinely is a little too much combat with little money. But anyway, so yeah. And then we eventually rented Sly 2, and I think I still had the same feelings of it, where I was like, I didn't really necessarily care for it. But then I got older, and then I got into the series with the collection, and then I was just kind of hooked from there, and relatively, yeah, liked it ever since. I liked Sly 1, and then I really liked Sly 2. And then I kind of liked Sly 3. And nowadays, it's like, Sly 3 is pretty fucking solid. It's got all the mechanics you really want. Granted, they took away the clue bottles, but that's fine. I'm kind of indifferent about that whole thing. You know, I don't mind having clue bottles to find, but I also don't mind not having them either. Doesn't really matter. I like how I light my shit on fire, and this fuckhead does it too. Dick. The good thing about Murray, though, is his, you know, Fist of Flame is such a low cost that you're not really losing out on much for doing it, though, which is really nice. And you get an insta-kill, too. And plus, you get that insta-kill, you get that health, and it's good. But yeah, the reason why I bring up that whole topic of, like, which games I like is because I wanted to co-op for like each person, like the series they like themselves. Like have my brother here for Jack, have my friend here for Ratchet, which I'm still kind of half and half thinking about doing, at least for like the main games. And then like once we get to like Jack X or even like Ratchet, especially Ratchet Deadlock, because my brother actually likes Ratchet Deadlock. He hasn't played Ratchets, all of them, any of the original ones, but he's definitely played Deadlock because of me. But that'd be a nice one to kind of have co-op together. And then for Sly, you know, you can always get, like, my other brother. Like, I do have a sister, but I don't think her ADHD, you know, TikTok brain rot is going to really be sufficient for a Let's Play. I don't think it's going to I don't think that's gonna work. You'll she's the type where she wants to play like Smash, and then you'll play a round or two, and then she'll just get bored and just leave. And she's not really much of a gamer. She's more like plays with my other brother, like on Fortnite and stuff, that kind of thing. Not really playing. She did play Resident Evil 2, the remake, which is interesting enough that she did that, and also RE3 remake, which I was surprised that she did that. So that's fine and dandy, you know, but she's not really like yeah. Somebody that I would necessarily be able to have come on and sit down and enjoy a cup of tea with. Sure, I'll fucking buy it, why not? Whose mission we got now? Do we have this? No, we had an honor too. Alright, fuck it, I'll bet this. Oh yeah, that's right, it activates it, and then you have to hit somebody with it. That's what it was. And it should stay active for a while. Also, I'm not trying to talk shit on my sister, I'm just saying, like, that's just how she is. She won't, I guarantee you, she won't be the type to really care. I forgot I'm playing this on PS3, so my R2 and L2 aren't stuck, but my R1 is kind of getting there, which sucks. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna go play Bentley. This is where Slide 3 God, I'm spitting all over the place. This is where Slide 3 comes in handy, because they'll straight out, outright tell you, at least I think it was in Slide 3, but they'll outright tell you like whose mission it is before you leave. They have like the little icon above their head saying like, oh yeah, you know, Bentley Murray Slide's got a mission or whatever. Or, you know, guest character. A la Spyro 3 type. You know, different playable characters and stuff. Like Bentley, the Yeti. Wait a minute. That's fucking weird. Now I think about it. It's like, oh shit, Bentley. That's right. Oh yeah, I forgot to attach this. So what this does is, it does what the name implies. It shrinks people down, and then you could just easily get a better kill on them, because now they're smaller, and a lot more effective with Bentley's combat here. Although, not something I'm going to use often, because I feel like Bentley combat just... I'd rather just avoid it, to be honest. I'm glad that it's here. It's not something I really want to do. Oh, what's this mission? Also, I'm actually quite ready for Sonic X Shadow Generations. I'm ready for that. I'm ready to get a remastered version of Sonic Generations in the first place. Which was funny, because that was another topic I wanted to get into, which we don't have plenty of time to get into that. But it was like remasters and remakes, and like what the fuck happened to them, and why they're just not... Why there's a lot of them that just aren't good. You know? Which there's a lot of them that are, but a good amount that just aren't. Or that I don't like. I guess it probably would have ended up being more so like a topic of like which remakes and remasters I actually enjoy, and which ones I just think are dog shit. So I guess just to give an idea of ones that I say are worth it. The God of War collection, for sure. The Ratchet and Jack Sly collection, yes and no. For me, when it comes to Ratchet, Jack, and Sly, they're not really good ports of the collection, but the best collection of them is Jack, because it's on, you know, modern consoles, not only just PS3. Which, yeah, you can play the PS3 version of the Sly collection on PlayStation Plus and that streaming service crap, but, you know, that's really up to you. Other good remasters I'm trying to think of on top of my head. I don't know. Like Doom, I guess, is fine. You know, a lot of the reports of Doom are pretty fine. I can't think of any specific one on the top of my head that I really... Oh, Crash. I really enjoyed the Crash Trilogy remaster. I thought that was just a really good, solid remaster. But then I feel like for Spyro, it just wasn't. It wasn't enough for me.
Destroyed with all the manpower you need and look into it.
Murray.
Oh, for
you in
fuck's.
position?
Oh wait.
It looks like Bentley's little distraction did the trick. Initiate phase 2. I'll take care of Carmelita and the crowd.
Do I actually have to do this? Well, it's easier.
I believe you owe me a dance.
About time. I thought you had left.
Just waiting for the perfect moment.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think we didn't have to do this for. Oh well. We're here now. And I guess you could say it's a good send-off, I guess. Like, I'm here to finish. And it... I don't know. Like I say, it looks like Murray's kind of like getting down lower as we go on, but I'm not sure. Probably has to be like a cutscene. Oh, there he goes, yeah. Fuck.
You look familiar to me.
Okay, we didn't fuck up too bad.
I often deal with police while on the job.
Because I actually missed a couple button presses there. Oops. That's fine. I don't think the game cares. As long as you don't mess up too much, I guess, it's fine. But anyway, yeah. Another remaster I didn't really like was the SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom one. I don't like when games need to try to look so different than its original port and just make everything just look a bit uglier and run slower. Like, SpongeBob doesn't really... I don't think it really runs slower in terms of frames or whatever. I don't know about that stuff, personally speaking, but it definitely feels like SpongeBob just... His actual movement is much fucking slower for some reason. It's weird. I'm not the only one that thinks that, but like I just feel it, you know? It's strange. And I think in Crash they changed his running speed too, I think. But I still feel like the Crash Remastered Trilogy was pretty damn spot on for a solid remaster. And then again, these PS3 remaster games for the, you know, the PS2s, they're suitable enough. Like, you get your trophies, you know, you get your games. They're fairly okay. I think Sly probably had it the best. I know I said Jack, but I meant that in the terms of
What happened to the clockwork wings?
when I say Jack had it good, I mean like it's also on, of course, you know, modern consoles, which the other ones really aren't. So if you want to play that one, then there's a good way to do it. You can at least buy them on PS4, which is nice, right? But the ones that had, like, you know, obviously Ratchet had it pretty bad with the helmet situation. But I don't know. I feel like everything is fairly okay in terms of what we got for them. Also, this part's kind of tough, in my opinion. It looks like the small fry, they don't really do damage to Murray. I think it's just more so they just probably slow him down, if anything. Yeah, your best bet is to kind of know where the enemies are going to appear at and then just attack them from there. And then also, if you're trying to stay near Murray, like I am right here, then do like a little spin thing I'm doing, where you just kind of, you know, spin around a little bit just to keep yourself kind of straight, because Bentley's RC moves all the time. It's never a stop and go thing.
Not far to go.
Completely 100% off topic, but I don't know why flying reminded me of this, but Zone of Enders collection was a thing. And I have yet to finish any of them. I've actually finished Metal Gear Solid before on the MGS collection, so there's that. I don't actually have MGS1 physically, though, unfortunately. I would like to. I like MGS1 a lot. I think it's a pretty fun game.
Punch
It's my favorite to play out of them, but I do like 2. You know, I haven't really gone too much into 3 because I always suck at 3, but I like 2. I think 2 is pretty fun.
After the gang and I got away with the clockwork,
Oh wow, look at that!
blew her cover and started making arrests left and right. With his reputation,
Finished a whole ass episode, I think in what, an episode and a half, give or take. That's not bad. So right now we're 4 episodes in, and we've already finished 2 out of the 8. So that's probably like what,
eventually snuck Murray onto the set of a full-blown Indian
16
music
episodes?
I was happy the guys got to unwind, but Rajan was still out there.
Man, we could so use a fucking Sly 5. I don't want to like get into discussion because it would take too long, but we could so use a Sly 5 right about now, man. Like just, oh, that'd be good. But chances are pretty low. I know. All right. If anything, we'll just start episode 3 next time. I'll just wait till then. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time when we play. I'm gonna check something real quick. I know it tells you 100%, but yeah, it took me like an hour and a half, about an hour. All right. So I'll see you all then, and as always, take care, everybody.